In Week 3 of the Overwatch League, the Washington Justice, in front of their home crowd, found themselves up 2-0 against an unheralded London Spitfire squad. It looked like it was an almost insurmountable lead, but thanks to some strategic adjustments from the London coaches, the Spitfire came back in full force, dominating the next two maps, including an astonishing spawn camp on Dorado that left them only needing to push the cart 4.31 meters outside their spawn to win the map.
They won it on the defense. Absolutely clinical play from London Spitfire. What a Dorado map. Never seen anything like it.
As the match went to Nepal for the final decider, it seemed like London was in the driver's seat, but the Justice weren't ready to give in quite yet. London took Sanctum thanks to a monster boot by Sanguinar, who took out Arc and Corey.
Sleeping the Sanguinar, what a clutch! He booped off! Oh my word!
And a dead-eye double kill from Glister as the map reached 99-99. But Washington answered back with a dominant win on Village, sending us to Shrine for the final round of the game. Entering this map, we see Washington attempting to take the point in overtime. Roar lands a massive shatter, and he and Corey proceed to wipe the floor with the London Spitfire.
Right now with his Earth Shatter, lays it down! I don't believe what I have just seen! Roar, you absolute madman! He hits it when they needed it!
This play takes us to one final fight in which both teams are lacking ultimates. Arc has Sound Barrier ready, and London's JMac is close to a shatter, but with positioning and momentum on Washington's side, it seems impossible that they'd be able to throw this one away. So what went wrong? Let's find out on this episode of Behind the Action. We enter the last fight of Nepal with Washington in control of the point. As London moves towards the point, Corey peeks out to do some extra damage and takes an icicle from Shui, which knocks him down to 125 health. At the same time, AimGod is being blocked by Stratus and is unable to heal Corey, while Arc's Lucio is only able to bring Corey back up to 130 health. Next, Roar puts his shield to allow Corey and Stratus to peek again, but then moves back to the safety of the corner and turns his shield for just a moment to allow him to see when London will approach. However, it's at this very moment that Glister shoots into the mass of Washington players and catches Corey outside of Roar's shield. As Washington was approaching 99% on the point, and London was going to be forced to start a fight anyway, these few mistakes combined to give London that crucial first pick, and a huge advantage going into the fight. With their main damage dealer out of the action, Washington has to go for broke. They gamble everything on a Sound Barrier engage, hoping to cut off JMac and take him down quickly. Stratus walls the main choke, but London anticipates this. Having already rotated to the right side of the point, as Stratus jumps in to finish off the freeze, Shui walls him off, at which point he's hit by Glister's flashbang and is forced to go into Ice Block. While all this is happening, Elivote flies past the wall to boop London away from Stratus and gets Hailey down to 5 HP. Unfortunately, without Elivote's boosters, Hailey lives to see another day and gets the nano boost onto JMac. This brings us back to Stratus, who stays in Ice Block for its entire duration, waiting for his wall to come off cooldown. He tries to run back to point, but Shui freezes him with less than 1 second remaining on the cooldown, and even though Roar jumps forward to shield him, Shui jumps through the shield and lands an icicle plus headshot to finish Stratus off. Now, the Spitfire have a 2-man advantage. Remember the nano boost that Hailey gave to JMac? With Roar jumping forward to save Stratus, JMac saw his opportunity and charged in. Roar couldn't dodge to the left because of the wall, and probably wouldn't have gotten out of the way in time anyway, so his only option is to countercharge. Unfortunately, at this exact moment, Glister chooses to use his Deadeye, and with Roar flat on the ground, there isn't much he can do to shield his team. Arc goes down and Roar loses most of his health, allowing Klestin to finish him off. It's worth noting that Klestin started this fight by flying into the point and using his Matrix to protect JMac until they could get help from their team. Then, he started shooting AimGod and Arc while Washington's front line was focused on killing JMac, forcing Arc to use a boop on him and allowing him to eat AimGod's sleep dart, which could have been used to stop JMac's charge later on. And with that, the fight is over in an instant. The time taken from Corey's death to Roar's death was barely 15 seconds, and London did not lose a single player. Overwatch can be cruel and unforgiving. As the Justice learned after this game against London, even after a massive team kill, the smallest mistakes can snowball into a heartbreaking loss. Peeking out for half a second, a slight turn of the shield to the right, a cooldown that was just milliseconds away, all combined to silence the Washington home crowd and give the London Spitfire their first win of the 2020 season.
And the London Spitfire are going to take the series, completing the reverse sweep against the Washington Justice.
What an unbelievable match.